Today we're going to work on ankle mobility. We're going to work in 4 planes: dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, inversion, and eversion. Very important to have ankle mobility for a lot of reasons. When you run, skip, hop, vertical jump, all these things are important in what you do performance-wise. So we want to make sure that we have as much ankle mobility as possible. The first thing we're going to do is work on what's called a balance disc. What we're going to do is we're going to put it right on the floor. We're going to stand right with our foot fixated right on top of the disc, making sure our foot is flat on there, making sure that all points are on the board the whole time. It's not a balance exercise, just a mobility, so we're going to go ahead and hold right onto the ball, or onto the wall. And what we're going to do is we're just going to rock front to back really slowly, working on ankle mobility. If you watch my ankle, you can see it flexing and extending, stretching out my Achilles and my calf. Real slow, 2-second counts. We usually do between 15 to 20 reps. Once we do both feet, we'll move into going side to side, inversion and eversion. We're going to once again have my foot fixated on the disc the whole time, just rotating side to side very slowly. Much harder for me to get to the inside than it is for me to get to the outside. Once again, nice, slow, and controlled reps, making sure my foot's fixated on the disc, and usually 15 to 20 reps is what we'll do. Next, we're going to work into what's called the tri-stretch. This is just forces our foot into dorsiflexion, and it gives a little bit of balance work too with mobility because it's curved on the bottom. So we're going to put that down on the ground about a foot from the wall. We're going to stand on it, making sure once again our foot is flat on the board the whole time. We don't want our calf coming up. We want to make sure that our heel is on the board the whole time. And we're going to do what's called a little quarter squat. We're going to hold onto the wall. We're just going to squat down, put my right out to the side, and do once again nice, slow, and controlled reps, usually 15 to 20. What it's doing is it's forcing my foot into a dorsiflex position, giving a good stretch here, increasing the range of motion in my ankle. Also a very good glute exercise as well, as it activates the glutes. From there, we'll move into the board that we made. This is just a bigger version of the tri-stretch that we made homemade. It's about 4 inches high. We're going to work on some mobility here. What we're going to do is we're just going to stand in the dorsiflex position, and we're just going to do simple toe touches here, breathing in and out, nice, slow, and controlled. Making sure I just try to get as low as I can. I can feel a huge stretch down in my ankles, and also works up my posterior chain into my hamstrings and my glutes. We'll usually do 15 to 20 of these. This is called active stretching because we're moving instead of just standing down here and holding. We can do this as well, but today, since we're going to work out, we want to make sure we're doing active stretching. From there, we can switch planes of motion and go into plantar flexion. Once again, keeping my foot fixated on the board. And I'm going to go nice, slow, and controlled. It's okay to have flexed knees and not fully stretched knees. That way we kind of decrease our risk of injury a little bit. Just trying to create blood flow, trying to create range of motion. Once we start getting more advanced, we can move into one leg, working on our balance. Once again, keeping our foot fixated, working almost a one-leg RDL in a plantar flexion motion. We made 2 of these so we can do inversion and eversion at the same time. Put these about feet shoulder width apart. Here we're going to be inverted. Once again, grabbing my foot with the board, making sure I don't move. And once again, I can stretch here and do the same motion. Working on the range of motion, I'm getting a stretch on the inside of my calf, working a different muscle group, working on my range of motion. From there, we can move to the outside. And now we're working on inversion. Same type of motion, once again, 15 to 20 reps, just trying to activate our glutes, trying to get range of motion in our ankles, and trying to get range of motion in our hamstrings. All these are very important in ankle mobility.